The most useless lotus to put in golems gonna be the black lotus. Hello everyone, my name is Jose, but you can call me Dark Cat. In this video we're gonna talk about the buffs on the golems, that when you have a golem on your following, like some of them will gives you insane buffs that you can use them for PvP. And then I prepare all the kind of buffs you can get from golems, and we're gonna talk about them in this video. So make sure you watch the video till the end so you realize what is the buffs and which kind of lotuses you need to use on the golem to get the best advantage in PvP. So before we jump into the video, if you enjoyed this trick, make sure you put a like on the video, it will help me a lot. So for the start, I need to first tell the people who don't know where to even learn the golems on exile land. So you're gonna learn the golems on the Kurak dungeon, like in G7 next to the savannah, that I'm gonna show it on the map now. You can see that the golems, you can learn it on G7 in this location. So you're gonna come next to the, like, that's the Kurak dungeon. You're coming here, you see a guy, like this guy making like some golem parts. You can see, you just need to talk to the guy and then you're gonna learn the golems. I mean, this guy is just spawning now. It's gonna take a little bit time because I just TP here and it's gonna take time for him to spawn. Okay, he spawned. So you talk to the master guy and you say learn golem constructure. So that's how you're learning the golems. So after you learn the golems, you need to find their parts around in the dungeons, killing bosses and those kind of stuff. So when you learn the golem, you can make that these two new benches, guardian assembly stations and golem workbench. In the golem workbench, you can see you can make tar golem that cripple, you can make the gas golem that gives gas damage, and you can make the normal golems. I explained different kind of golem in a dedicated video. If you didn't check that, you can check it up here, so I don't need to explain them anymore. So this is how you make the golems. But if you want to make the crystalline golem, like these ones that have like 17k HP, but the like normal, like full crystalline will be 20k HP, but these ones are 70k. Why? Because we are using the Lotus burner guardian chest piece. Why we using Lotus burner chest piece? Because this chest piece only makes the golems to give you buff, because Lotus burner chest piece allows you to use different lotuses on the golems. You can see now you can put lotuses on the golems that they allows you to gives you some different buffs. So let's see which lotus gives you what buff from start. You can see that I prepared two golems for each lotus. One is the lotus flower and one is the lotus powder. So I'm gonna first follow the lotus flower, and you can see it gives me gray lotus flower. It's like kind of a buff. So when you go to the stats, you can see it say gray lotus flower, strength and agility weapon damage increased by 10%. So imagine how OP it's gonna be that when you're having a golem on your following, it gives you 10% extra damage weapon and agility weapon damage. And look, there is more insane things about this. If you grind the lotus to a lotus powder and then you get this golem on the following, you can see it's even gives you more buff. It's 20% as strength and agility weapon damage. So imagine that I'm wearing the abyssal, like the sorcery build. Each piece of sorcery gives me also extra 10% on strength and agility. So extra 50% strength and extra 50% agility for my gear, and 20% from golem. That's 70%. And when I get 70% agility and strength weapon damage, you can see here you can also use buffs. So I'm using, for example, I'm an archer guy, I'm using agility buff and agility food buff. You can see each one of these buffs gives me 15%, so extra 30% here. So now with the extra 70%, I have extra 100% agility weapon damage and 70% strength weapon damage. So I can even swing like my axe in the raid time and use my bows also in the PvP. So this gonna be super broken to use these golems on the PvP. So let's go to the next Lotus. So you can see the golden Lotus when I'm following, it gives me 1 point of healing every 2 seconds. So if I get damage, you can see that I'm gonna damage myself. You can see, look my HP, 1 2 10 11 12 20. It's healing me now because I eat food. Let my food go away. Let me remove the food. Okay, look, I'm gonna damage myself now. You can see I have 2 HP, 3 HP, 4 HP, 5 HP. You can see it's like 1 HP. It's super slow. So if I pause this, and now if I get the golem with the grind golden lotus, you can see 8, 10, 12. You can see it's healing me 2 points now. If you see the stats, it say 2 points. So you go for the powder lotus, not the flower. So you can see the golden lotus heals you. We're going for the next lotus. It's the frost lotus. I follow the flower first to see the buff. It's increasing my stamina recovery, so that's also very decent if you're playing archer or something. It's also the same says for the powder. It says increasing the stamina recovery, but when you're using a stamina, it's like increase your stamina faster. Look how fast it's increasing my stamina. So it depends what kind of build you're gonna play. That's how you following the golems. We're going for the next, the most useless lotus to put in golems gonna be the black lotus, because when you're following the black lotus, it's giving me corruption. I don't know why you need to get like passively corruption over time. I don't know, you guys tell me in the comments if you need to get like heavy corrupted by your golem all the time when you're running around. So this is how what black lotus gives you on the golems. We're going for the next one is the crimson. It's also the decent one that I love to use it on PvP. It says a slowly cleansing bleed and poison effect from you. So imagine you're in the big team fights, it's removing the bleed and poison from you. That like this one is a slightly, and if you use the crimson one, it's like reducing the bleed and poison of your character super fast. I'm gonna test it for you guys to see how this removing works. I'm gonna like spawn some dancer here. You can see the dancers will like gives me bleeding here. So let's see, look at my bleeding now. Look, we can see now I got 1 2 bleeding. Look, it's removing 3 bleeding, 1 bleeding, it's removed. Like it's super fast. Let me try it again because I'm low HP. It's a little bit dangerous. Let me kill one of these dancers. They are too much. Maybe 1 dancer because I didn't put points on this on vitality. Look, 4 bleeding, gone. Hit me. So 1 bleed, gone. You can see after he gives me bleed in like half a second or 1 second, the bleed is gone. Look at again. Bleed me again. So he gives me 1 bleeding, 2 bleeding, and it's gone. 2 bleeding and it's gone super fast. So this is how you use the crimson lotus golem on the PvP. It's gonna be super broken if people knows how to use it. So we're going for the last golem to see what kind of lotus left for the end. It's the purple lotus. I'm gonna follow the flower ones first. So purple lotus flower gives me 75 armor. So you can see I have 1075 armor, and when I'm following the powder ones, it gives me 150 armor. So you can see that the powder gives 1150, so it gives extra 150 armor. I don't know if it's useful in the fights. You can be a little bit tankier. So this was all about the different lotuses with different golems. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Now you choose which one is the best to use for PvP. You can vote it down in the comments which one you need to use for the PvP. I would like rather to use the crimson one for removing the bleed and poison, or maybe I use the extra 20% on weapon damage. That's also super broken. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next video.